Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is This and That Tarot, back with another general reading. We're going to jump right into it and pull a few cards. But I just got to say this. Listen, I'm sitting up here listening to Pandora, right? And Love TKO by Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy Pendergrass down is playing. How about that song I'm played 2 times back to back? Back to back. So somebody, could be feeling like, they just want to give up on, because in the song he was saying to give up on love, like give up on whatever opportunity they were hoping for or that they want to go towards or that they thought was coming. But it's like that song is kind of talking about one of the verses he was saying um something about a fool. It take a fool to lose twice and start all over again. So it could be somebody, wanting to let something go. They kind of really don't want to have to let it go. But they may have to. And I feel like that got a lot to do with somebody's will. And your willpower is your superpower. But if you let you let something conquer you instead of you conquering it and you really want it, you can't blame nobody but yourself. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go ahead and pull a few cards, get a message out. But yeah, I just had to point that out. But yeah, I already pre-shuffled. We're gonna pull a few cards. But overall, hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful. If it don't, let it fly. All right. Make sure you ask your ancestors of the light, your spirit team, about whatever part of the reading may resonate with you. If it doesn't, if you feel like it may fit your timeline in some way, if it's something behind the scenes, you're not sure if it is it's your part of your story, don't make it fit if it don't. But if you need clarity or validation, this reading might be for that. For those of you that is looking for clarity or validation in whatever message or whatever it is that you looking for an answer to, hopefully the reading helps. All right. But let's go ahead and pull a few cards and see what comes out. Message for my collective, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. That's too many. I seen the Two of Cups came out in first. So somebody could be going through a breakup or divorce or something like that. Yep, somebody could be walking away from something or somebody, a connection or something. Don't have to be a lover. It can be a family member. It could be somebody that they were pouring into. It could be a close friend. Somebody that they see now isn't a good fit for them. When I saw that Two of Cups came out in reverse, but yeah. All right, we got the Emperor in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, okay. We got air and fire out here so far. Emperor in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse. I ain't gonna take them in reverse. No. That's the Three of Pentacles. Also that came out. So somebody in the past was an Emperor in reverse. Whatever they, somebody had, some control issues. Yeah, you got the Ten of Wands. One more. And you got the Ace of Swords in reverse. I'm not going to take it in reverse. And you got the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Mm. Okay. So judging by what I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, somebody wants to celebrate with you. Could be a celebration of a compromise with the Five of Wands in reverse. You got air and fire here so far. But and water. Could be any sign. But somebody wants to celebrate, they want to possibly want to compromise, they, resolve some type of dispute or something like that, some issues. But they at this point there may be a air sign that's like stuck in the past, or like somebody may have, returned to the past. Like somebody may be either returning to the past mentally when it comes to wherever you were at with this person, or it's the fact that somebody from your past, a lover or something like that, um went back to somebody in their past, or they got involved with somebody that was stuck in the past with them, as far as where they were and how they were at a time when they were low vibrational, refusing to change their ways, settling for whatever it was to keep from doing the work or whatever the case may be. Because the first card out was the Emperor in reverse. And this is somebody that, it was probably full of themselves, arrogant even, but this is, probably a father figure, could be authority figure also, where somebody just lacks that self-control. They could be very domineering, could be very dominant, about them, even if this is a feminine. But like I said, this Emperor did come out in reverse, but I'm not going to take it in reverse. So at this point, it's like whatever the past was with this person, is giving someone that, actually needed to work on themselves and pour into themselves and make the adjustments they needed to make for themselves in order for them to come out on top. And I feel like being in that energy, somebody was not able to see something from your perspective. Okay. You also got the Knight of Swords that came out in reverse. Like I said, I wasn't going to take it in reverse, but even in reverse, it's a missed opportunity. Um, yeah. You got the Three of Pentacles that's out here. When somebody wanting to collaborate, they possibly. And then the other thing I'm looking at, if I was to take this in reverse, it's somebody that, could be an authority figure, could be a father figure, but it's like giving somebody possibly that lacks that self-control, which can be very domineering, very out of control, and possibly even abusive, manipulative, um, over a missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And wishing they could have collaborated and worked with somebody, and they probably went to somebody to try to work something out or get something done with this Three of Pentacles here. Probably try to work with someone, to see what they could do to get something done, because with the 10 of Wands, I hear somebody weighed down burdened by whatever this is that they having to deal with, or whatever this missed opportunity doesn't cause for them. Because this is like somebody that was not focused. They were unfocused. This is somebody that also, like I said, arrogant, abusive even. Whether it was mentally, verbally, or spiritually abusive. But it's like somebody actually, want to collaborate, want to work, things out. Want to come together and work with you. You know what I'm saying? Collaborate, teamwork, make the dream work. But at the same time, this is somebody that, possibly you could be somebody that was at the time in school. You could have been, working on advancing whatever it is that you are working, towards, like if it's school, if it's a promotion at work, if it's getting some type of therapy or counseling or something like that, like coming together to try to see, what you can partner up and do, come together, collaborate, or some type of collaboration, or working together, talking to somebody, even a priest or something like that, or somebody actually just want to work through things and trying to figure, out what to do next, like what the next step is, and having some type of strong or stable foundation with, whatever it is they want to go toward. But with this 10 of Wands, it's like somebody weighed down burden. Like whatever it is they got to do, it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. What's the Three of Pentacles? Could be a Capricorn, or they could have Capricorn in their chart. What's the Three of Pentacles? What's the Three of Pentacles? Two of Pentacles in reverse. With the Hermit in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Virgo, more Capricorn out here now. Yeah, somebody, may not have had what they needed in the past to, it may have been juggling, not knowing, may have been giving too much energy or time or attention to something else or playing. I'm also getting a download about somebody actually being too busy or something like that, or someone is, I don't know if they engulfed in work or, was had too much going on. Like somebody had too much going on, too much on their plate, especially when it comes to them not having what they need. Whatever they had going on, it wasn't organized. Somebody was very disorganized in their life, especially when it came to their energy and their finances. They shit was scattered out among a many of things. And this person, made it hard to commit to anything. Like this could have been somebody that wasn't ready for commitment, was afraid of it, didn't want to have to commit because, like I said, the first card out was the Emperor in reverse. And I can't unsee it, you know what I'm saying? Even though if I don't take it in reverse. But this is somebody, a past thing that they had going on. Don't mean they like that now. You know what I'm saying? So this could be somebody, that's, more structured now than it was then. But it's all because this person settled for something in people that would allow them to stay in the energy that they was in and would not get them the pushback that they, didn't want to have to deal with. Because elevating means I got to think from my higher self, do better all the time, not just around certain people or a certain person. I have to be like that all the time. And that's a facade. That's a, wearing a different mask, taking it off, knowing when to take it off. Being like that can frustrate you and make you get out of character at any time because it's very frustrating. But Three of Pentacles clarified by the Two of Pentacles with the Hermit in reverse. So somebody, is probably in isolation, or they were, and they may be coming out of it now. Because somebody, may have been stuck in the past. Or you could be in isolation, thinking about some of the things that once was with this person or how something once, went. But it's this lack of commitment in the past when it comes to, hidden factors with this Three of Pentacles. This person, yeah, they could be a runner. They could be somebody that when emotions get involved or when more is required of them to have to invest in something or be responsible for how they make another person feel or how a connection survives or if it even works. They don't want to be on that receiving end. They don't want to be responsible for anything like that. So being emotionally unavailable not putting their energy into the things that matter at the time so that they can see where it's gonna go. I mean, because I feel like this person, whoever this is, they may have, was curious about where something would go, what direction it could go in if they gave you this commitment, but not taking the action and seeing it through, taking, a leap of faith. Because I hadn't got the page of wands yet. The food. I haven't got that yet. But taking that leap of faith, and just stepping out on faith is something. Taking risks like this person may not have been used to doing that. They used to, calling the shots and basically just trying to get people to go in the way they want to go, telling them what to do, how they want it done. This is why I'm getting with you. This is why I'm gonna be involved with you, and that's it. But can't be that way with somebody that is meant to be with you or assigned to you to change some things in your life, to trigger some change in you, whether you want it or not. And then I feel like this is somebody that ended up falling for somebody that was sent toward them to change their mind and their concept, their way of thinking, and challenge them to do it. But that was something that this person been running from and never wanted to be involved in the first place. What's the Three of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles in reverse? Clarify. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. With the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse, though. Yeah. Somebody taking responsibility. They taking accountability now. They taking accountability now. With the Seven of Pentacles, somebody is watching. You know what I'm saying? They could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Don't have to be, but they watching. What they do. They putting energy, watching what they put their energy into. You know what I'm saying? Like they paying more attention to getting a return on their investment, minding their business, or they see you, over here tending to whatever it is that you're doing, or is that they staying focused on what they putting energy into and seeing what comes of that. Like they focus now on the fruits of their labor. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody now is looking at long-term success, looking at what's going to come of the things that they, putting their efforts into now. Because somebody, wants to put the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like somebody wants to confess something. They want to tell you something. Yeah. Like there's some truth being revealed. Like if it was something that they were doing or working on or something that kept them from being committal at the time, they're going to confess. They taking accountability to tell you what that is. Why they way down? What's this 10 of Wands? Why is this 10 of Wands out here? Why is this 10 of Wands out here? Moon in reverse. Pisces energy with the Nine of Swords now at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like somebody letting go of this anxiety. Something that kept somebody up so much about possibly an air sign. Don't have to be. But this person now, like they gaining clarity. Like something, whatever had them weighed down, burden, whatever the responsibility was of being in a committed relationship, or whatever it was that they feel like, is somebody giving up. I feel like somebody giving somebody a run for their damn money. Like they, they having to put some real work in. This is like somebody having to get up extra early to get the work to, get some overtime. Like somebody is working overtime to make something right, make something happen, make something shake. This may be somebody that gets up early, goes to work early. You like they say you got to be at work at 5. They get up at 3. And if they get there early, oh well. They if they can clock in, they clock it in. They finna get some time. They finna get there bright and early. This is somebody that may even get up early, real early. Whoever this is. That's not for everybody, maybe for somebody in particular, but this is, I mean, with the moon in reverse, clarifying this 10 of Wands, somebody is getting some clarity, like something ain't hidden no more. Whatever it is that they know um they have to do when it comes to them taking action with this 10 of Wands, it's coming. Whatever they got to do is vivid to them now. They can see it. They know what they have to do, but it's meaning they having to work twice as hard to, yeah, to get there. And they releasing this fear, of whatever it is they have to do. Because I feel like this person have been in their head so long and not taking action, and then looking at, if I don't take no action, ain't nothing gonna happen, because whatever done happened already done happened. Like, if you did your part and walk away from this person, you did your part. If this person wants to come towards something after all this running, after all this, avoiding the work, of avoiding the responsibility, behind what they got to be responsible for when it comes to themselves. They discipline, they self-control, they the buying games they may have played too, them taking accountability for where they got them. Because whatever was done in the dark is coming to the light. Whatever they did in the dark, you being of the light, is coming to you. And whatever is coming to you can't come to you half cocked. Like, this person got to come to you correct, because now they done been shown what they have to do and why they have to do it. So however long and however tiresome it may be for them to get to where they need to be at, that's on them. They have to put in that work, because they made it hard. Like they say, you made your bed hard, you got to lay in it. If you make this assignment harder than what it is, thank yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like some things this person made difficult for no reason. It didn't have to be, but this is a lesson for them. And this person got a lot of suppressed emotions. That's one of the things that's weighing this person down, is them having to hold back all these emotion, all these feelings and stuff that they do feel, that they've been trying not to feel, not to express, and thinking that they can live out, or see you walk away, or see something in, or just go on without them ever expressing it. Because even if they don't express it, they still feel it. And with this 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, shit in reverse, shit, this person is getting out of their head. You know what I'm saying? They're gaining some clarity. With the 9 of Wands in reverse and the moon in reverse, clarity all up and through here. What's the 10 of Wands with the moon in reverse? What's the 10 of Wands with the moon in reverse? You got the King of Cups in reverse. Could be an air sign dealing with a water sign, or somebody got air, got water in their chart. But this is somebody that what's this playing? You got Rock Me Tonight by Freddie Jackson playing. And the song, the part, that verse that's playing, this person saying, I know who I want now, and I know it's you. They know who they want now. It's you. Mm-hmm. You got the devil in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This person, whoever this is collective, they know you look at them as somebody, that was manipulative, you know what I'm saying? Emotionally turbulent. Like, this person, didn't handle their emotions well. They didn't really know how to express them properly. They may have done some of what they know to do, like chivalry isn't dead, is what I'm getting. They may have opened the door, they may have pulled out your chair, they may have, did some gentleman type stuff, but where it needed to, count, they wasn't doing that. Like the little kind gestures, yeah. But when it came to them actually emotionally being available, where they verbally use their throat chakra and express themselves, that's one of their love languages is, you know, um, doing things, nice things for you, whoever this is, man or woman. All right. They cook, they clean. Like, this is something they do for themselves, but they really take, pride in doing it for people they care about. that they love, right? But with the devil in reverse, this person, they know they had some low vibrational waves about them. This is somebody that's, overcoming addictions, whatever, if it's materialistic, if, they got some materialistic things that, may have kept them in their ego, or, kept them in a juggling act, this two of pentacles in reverse, where they was trying to put energy into this and, put money into that, put money into this. And it's just like this person, was overly, they were putting too much of themselves into all these different things to the point where this person didn't have a whole lot to pour into you until those things were something that they didn't get anything back on. They may have people they poured into and gave to that didn't really come back and pay them back, didn't even come back and be there for them when they needed it, they weren't thinking about them. Emotionally, materialistically, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Financially, none of that. But this is something this person feel like they burden their way down. They know they're getting some clarity on themselves as well, is mainly what I'm saying. And so this is, them having to see themselves as somebody untrustworthy. And if they got a trust issue, if they know you had a trust issue with them, it's because of them. They know that. They know that. And that's, the thing that made them, with the Ace of Swords that came out in reverse too, as the outcome. I'm not going to take it in reverse, but like I said, them missing the boat, like somebody, like it was a miscommunication. Okay. And this person got a lot of things they want to say, they never said, because these are things that this person did not think that they would, have to say, because they were trying to keep from feeling them. Right. So, but they regaining control with the devil in reverse. They regaining control. They could be a Capricorn, don't have to be, but it's a lot of Capricorn out here. A lot of fire, a lot of earth, out here. But I feel like this person, misjudged the situation. You know what I'm saying? And they missed the opportunity. They missed the opportunity. Clarify the Ace of Swords. What's the Ace of Swords? Yeah, you got the Four of Wands. Came out in reverse with the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody got a message, something they want to say. They could have a new idea, a new strategy, something they've been working on. They're keeping it close to their chest, whatever it is they want to say. Could be an earth sign to an air sign or something like that, or somebody could be earth, got air in their chart. But it's like somebody, with the Four Wands coming out in reverse, is definitely like somebody missed the opportunity to have something, yeah. I feel like whatever this person saw, whatever they're getting clarity on, caused something to end. Like just say somebody proposed to somebody or had an idea that they would, or this would be somebody they would propose to if, just say you didn't come back, just using that analogy, all right, because that might be a thing. This clarity with the moon in reverse, whatever this person was, getting information on, confirmation train coming. But whatever they was getting clarity on, not just about the situation regarding themselves, but the person involved that they having on their mind as far as what they need to work out and what they seeing, this person is ending something with somebody else. And if a missed opportunity for somebody else that they having to walk away from, or an old version of themselves they having to walk away from, of thinking that, having unrealistic views, of thinking this is how they gonna get to whatever goal or whatever it is that they, like somebody may have thought, if I have more control over where I'm going in this connection with somebody, then I ain't got to worry about the connection failing. But that's not how that's gonna go, because you're gonna have to actually do some work on yourself. Spiritually, you're going to have to do some work on yourself, financially, physically, emotionally, before you align with the person you really want. You're not going to be able to control you're not gonna be able to manipulate a person into being aligned with you for what you want. You're gonna have to be the person you are supposed to be with this person I sent you. Because I feel like somebody manifesting, a want a stable connection. They want a four ones and upright, but you're not gonna get it being manipulative. You're not gonna get it being cocky. You're not gonna get it being controlling, and feeling like you gotta control everything going on so that it can go in your favor. It's not gonna go that way. You're gonna have to give more of yourself and be a little more vulnerable, to this situation instead of thinking that the way to get to it is controlling and being manipulative and manipulating a situation or a person so that you don't fail at something or so that something didn't go the way you want it to, and it ain't gonna happen. Because with this Knight of Swords in reverse, somebody's heart chakra was blocked too. But that's also the reason why that was some miscommunication between you and this person. It was, some injustices ended up happening, and it's got to be balanced out. So whatever connection they may have had or been in with other people, whatever involvement they may have had with other people, and whatever they wanted with this person was not going to happen because this person needed to work on them in order for that connection with anybody to really, be about something. And if he ain't in alignment, he going to, with what he want, then he going to keep getting somebody like him. You know what I'm saying? With the same view, same mentality as him. So this could be, the situation with this four wands in reverse with this ace of swords. Somebody family is not gonna be. There's a family that's gonna be changed when this person come towards you to give you this message. Yeah, because they're getting out of their head. There's somebody leaving a family, or a family is involved as far as something not working out. So it may be this person having to leave his home to go toward what they're doing, and the responsibility of what they have, where they at, and stuff like that, and them trying to come back towards you is a lot. But that's the moon in reverse for them. This is them getting clarity on the things that they felt like they didn't have any answers to. Now they have them, and now the work they got to do is cut out for them. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, they're gonna have to just keep going the route they was going. But this is four ones also talks about a council celebration. So whatever somebody may have, tried to have elsewhere is over with. You know what I'm saying? That's once this clarity came in the picture and this person was able to make, a sound decision based off the truth that they got and some truth being revealed, this person now, can step away from what it was that was imbalanced, had them imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? To where, they was confused, of who is who, like who is real divine feminine, who is the real, and it's like now this person realizing who is who. So whatever they may have tried to have, or whatever somebody else thought they was gonna have with this masculine, or what they was on the verge of having, it's over with. It's over with. So what's the ace of swords with the four wands in reverse? Clarify. Yeah. The fool with the knight of cups at the bottom of the deck cannot make it. Somebody is taking this leap of faith with this fool out here. They're taking a leap of faith and they bringing you this cup. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody walking away from an Empress in reverse because they ain't who they say they is. Somebody got some financial disputes, some family conflict, over possibly money or something like that, or inheritance or something. Mm-hmm. Or this person, yeah. Somebody want to bring you this cup, but I feel like, when it come to, whoever they walking away from is the Empress in reverse. Is upset because whatever they idea was, or whatever, they thought they was going to be part of with this person's inheritance, and them dealing with, the fact that this person, has some vulnerability issues. They had some insecurities about themselves. That's how they ended up with this Empress in reverse. That's how they ended up with that. What does my collective need to know about the outcome moving forward? You got the judgment in reverse. Yeah, somebody at this point like hate themselves. Like this is, they don't like how they see themselves. You know, this person, when it comes to the inability to face facts, this person, did not want to see that. Why the judgment in reverse? Why the judgment in reverse? Queen of Wands with the Eight of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Somebody see you as very attractive, very confident. And I feel like they, as far as moving forward, this person feels somebody don't like the way they came off. Like they don't know how to. It's like somebody hate that you saw this version of them or the way they was, towards you. Somebody don't want to be under judgment. Like they don't feel good about themselves. This is somebody that's full of guilt. They full of guilt, a lot of guilt and regret. Because you're indecisive with you. And it may have been just because of who you are, very attractive, very independent, very confident. And you may have been confident in wanting something with this person. They just didn't know why you wanted it with them. But now looking back on themselves and how they reacted, how they responded to you and how you was communicating with them. Yeah. Somebody, that's why it's taking somebody with the Eight of Wands in reverse. They were slow coming towards you. This is like, somebody having to postpone something. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like dragging ass. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's because this person don't know how you gonna receive them. You know what I'm saying? They see you as somebody very nurturing, very healing. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody that's not at the time, maybe, they was not doing well financially. They could not be doing well financially now because they taking the hit. You know what I'm saying? Because they under judgment. And I feel like it's, the guilt and regret don't make it any better. You know what I'm saying? But they moving slow towards you and they really regret doing that now. Like in the past, this person, was taking their time because they had some insecurities. And their vulnerability was at an all-time low. They were not willing to, and they were afraid in fear of opening up, to you. Clarify the judgment in reverse with the Queen of Wands. Overall outcome. What's the judgment in reverse with the Queen of Wands? What's the judgment in reverse with the Queen of Wands? You got the Three of Cups. Like somebody see you celebrating, but there's gonna be a celebration. There's, they want to celebrate with you. Somebody wants to come in. This is somebody close. This is somebody that was close to you. Like they thinking about this. This judgment in reverse with this Queen of Wands. Yeah, somebody was, they looking back on the times y'all celebrated together, things y'all went to together. This could be family functions. This could be, family members of theirs or yours, baby showers, New Year's, different things like that you may have celebrated in with this person. And this person now is feeling, because of their lack of foresight, to see what you saw when you saw it. Now they want to come in as your protector, but they know you got boundaries. They know you got your guard up with them and you don't stand behind whatever it is you're saying. So that's, part of that 10 of Wands too, when it comes to them actually having to take responsibility. And now that they got the clarity, they ain't got no excuse but to do the work. Or they can just sit in, this Emperor reverse energy that first came out, and just constantly be aligned with somebody like them. But that's the message collective. Hopefully it resonates and helps in some way. Until next time, this is This and That Tarot. I love you. Bye.